Well, drama. The story of Beau DeMayo's tumultuous relationship with Marvel Studios has captivated many of our attentions, and it even opened up the door to some of the complexities of the large-scale collective collaborations with many of these big studios and corporations. Now, DeMayo brought us the masterpiece that was X-Men Season 1, but since he left Marvel Studios, he's pretty much faded from public eye until some recent events that have been rather explosive and revealing about the behind-the-scenes drama that actually led to him being fired from Marvel Studios. As many of you remember, Beau DeMayo's departure from Marvel was pretty sudden and absolutely shrouded in mystery. Having completed much of the work for X-Men Season 2, Mayo was kicked to the curb just a few days before the Season 1 premiere. Now, from the very beginning, the reasons for his termination were rather unclear, but a recent article from The Hollywood Reporter has offered some new insights. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Beau DeMayo's firing was a result of, quote, egregious findings uncovered during an internal investigation by Marvel. Now, obviously, we'll never get to see details of this investigation, but for Marvel to move so quickly, you do have to question what was found and what was really going on. Now, to be perfectly fair, Beau DeMayo's response on social media has definitely painted a different picture, suggesting that his dismissal was part of some troubling patterns of behavior he experienced while working on not only X-Men 97, but Blade. Now, conflict between Mayo and Marvel kind of came to a head when Mayo posted a piece of fan art on social media during Pride Month. Now, DeMayo claims that this led to Marvel actually stripping him of some of his credit for the second season of the X-Men Revival. This revelation shared by DeMayo on social media has pretty much ignited a huge debate between the writer and the studio in a public forum. Now, since then, Marvel Studios has actually responded, which is kind of weird, because often corporations don't get caught up in some of these debates, but they have asserted that Mayo's behavior was the cause of his termination and the loss of his credits. Now, the statement from Marvel actually cited, and I quote, egregious nature of the findings from their investigation as the reason for them severing ties with DeMayo. Now, that Hollywood Reporter article, though, did elaborate a little bit on the situation and give us some interesting details, noting that there was an agreement between Marvel and DeMayo regarding his social media activity, which apparently Beau DeMayo breached. Now, all these details of this investigation have not been made public, and I doubt they ever will, but various Hollywood sources have suggested that sexual misconduct may have been a factor in Mayo's termination. We are hearing multiple reports of very inappropriate pictures, sometimes in superhero costumes, striking a pose for, quote, inspiration, were sent to some people who worked on the production. And this was, at the core, the reason for DeMayo's dismissal. Now, these are really serious allegations, and Beau DeMayo and his lawyer have actually responded and said the truth will come out, but it seems like at this point Marvel is sticking to their guns, and this is very likely to be fought out in some courtroom somewhere. Now, let's be fair to DeMayo on this, because Marvel and Disney do have a bit of a history of having some problems with employees. These entertainment giants definitely have a history of forcing very strict behavioral and social media guidelines, often leading to friction with creative talent. This happened with Victoria Alonso and also some other Marvel actors and actresses, including Letitia Wright and Evangeline Lilly, who all faced public scrutiny and pressure from Marvel for kind of expressing their views that did not align with the company's expectations. Now, the question remains whether Marvel or Disney would actually suggest some of this behavior happened. If it didn't, it definitely opens you up to huge lawsuits and becomes a massive he said, she said. I really think the situation is going to continue to develop, and we're really going to have to wait for more details that may never come. This is one of those internal communications things, and unless we get lucky with another huge hack like over at Sony, where these emails are released, I doubt, at least for right now, we're ever really going to know. Now, that could change if lawsuits start to fly and people find their way into a courthouse. Once things go to court, these documents have a way of making their way out into the public, and then we will absolutely know some of these details and who's kind of at fault. At the end of the day, it is a huge shame. Season 1 of X-Men 97 is an absolute achievement, and it is, well, pretty sad that the behind-the-scenes issues are effectively changing where the series is moving forward. Season 2 is getting a huge rewrite, pushing out a lot of DeMayo's material, and obviously he won't be working on Season 3 or beyond, so that really great Season 1 we got of the show, I'm really hoping Marvel can continue to carry that water and not see the show quality drop off. As for DeMayo, if he is telling the truth and none of these things actually happened, I wish him the best of luck. But for right now, we're going to be pretty hands off on an opinion because this situation is definitely messy. What do you guys think?